This edition of MacVoices is sponsored by Linode, high-performance cloud hosting for everyone. Visit linode.com/MacVoices and take $20 off your first server package. Welcome to MacVoices. This is the talk of the Apple community, and I'm Chuck Joyner. Folks, we get to do a little bit of follow-up from one of our NAB interviews that teased a little something. Now it sounds like we have a firm date for it, and we want to get a few more details from Kirstie from FXhome, the makers of HitFilm. Kirstie, it's great to see you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you very much for having us. Really excited to be interviewed by you again.
Well, I appreciate it. Before, we got to stand next to each other and talk. Now we're having to talk over Zoom, but you know that's okay. Otherwise, one of us would have to cross an ocean, and that doesn't really work.
And you really don't want to be here at the moment either, because it is so hot, and we don't have aircon in Britain, and everybody is really suffering. So it's probably best you're in a different place.
Well, it's hot here, but we do have air conditioning, so it makes it a little more bearable if you stay inside.
Exactly.
So we had talked about a number of things with HitFilm in Las Vegas at NAB. You teased one particular thing, though, and I want to let you now announce what is coming to HitFilm.
Great, thank you. So yeah, we're really excited to announce that we are going to be bringing Foundry's technology to HitFilm Pro. So that is going to be Foundry's 3D camera tracker. And this is something which, obviously, Foundry are complete Hollywood heavyweights, and they have every film, every TV series that's been produced in the last 20 years that's won Oscars and done blockbusters have all included Foundry's technology. And now we get to bring that really high-end stuff to our own users, which we're really excited for them on their behalf. And we've already had quite a few people, because we have teased this in the past. We've had quite a few people being very excited. So we recently did a Stranger Things style sale in which we showed people how to recreate the upside down from Stranger Things in HitFilm Pro. And that was using Foundry's 3D camera tracker. So yeah, people are really excited to see it come out. But essentially what the technology is it allows you to, it basically figures out how your camera is moving in real life, and it then recreates that movement through HitFilm's cameras. We've been utilizing it within the office for quite a while now, and it is so fast and it is so clean, and it really makes the whole tracking experience just so much more enjoyable, I guess you could say, because you're not having to redo it multiple times. Yeah, so it's a really quick way to configure and solve your shots. And there is one additional point which I have just learned about, so I'll just get it from my notes. But it does allow you to even estimate lens distortion of a tracked clip and then reapply that. So that's really exciting as well. We see a lot of instances in which that can be used in people's projects. So.
Wow. Okay. So a lot of things here I want to make sure we touch on. But first, I love the Stranger Things promotion. That is so cool. Kyle Lambert has been on MacVoices to talk about the way he created the amazing Stranger Things artwork. And folks, if you don't know what the upside down is, you really got to go watch the show. It's really well done. And then go over to FXhome, and Kirstie will show you how to recreate your own.
Yes, I mean, I wish that I was the one who was able to do that. It will be Javert, but yeah, we managed to find a really cool local environment which looked as 80s Stranger Things themed as we could possibly find it. And yeah, we used Foundry's 3D camera tracker to put the dust particles in the air and create the cool clouds and the bright colors, and it came out really, really well. So we were really pleased with it.
I love that idea that you took something that a lot of the audience is going to be familiar with, and if not, they can go and become very familiar with it and enjoy a great story, and then see how they could actually do it to a very, very high degree themselves with your software. That just is just one of those times that you realize that these super powerful tools that Hollywood uses really can scale right down to your home project.
Well, exactly. And that's one thing that we're really passionate about at FXhome is not just, we don't want to just be software developers. We're film buffs as well. And we absolutely love general filmmaking. And so we want to provide, or give other people the opportunity to make their own stories. And we want to be giving experiences rather than just, there's 30% off the software for this period of time. It's not as exciting for us or for them. So, we really want to, we do regular on what we call onboardings, but I guess they're kind of more masterclasses to people who are external to the company. And we create usually like a narrative short film, and then we'll produce tutorials and project files which are free for people to try out so that they can recreate that same effect. And that's what Stranger Things was, in a way. We're huge fans. A bunch of us are going to a secret cinema event later in the year, which is Stranger Things themed. We just thought we can't let this go past without creating some content using it. And then wonderfully, the 3D camera tracker allowed us to do that really, really simply and easily. So it worked out really well.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
And to reference our NAB discussion, various versions of HitFilms, I like it. You make a high percentage of it available for free to the aspiring filmmakers, and more importantly to the kids out there who want to use something that is really powerful. And then when it's time for them to step up and do something a little more commercial, or just they want to invest a little money in it, then you can have things like the camera tracker that are available to them in an environment they already know.
Yes, exactly. And Express is something that was our baby for a long time. We really felt that there weren't enough. I guess Express came out maybe 4 years ago now for free for the first time. And at the time, we just felt like there weren't any tools out there for anyone who didn't have the budget to be able to pay $300, $400, $800 for a piece of post-production software. So we put out Express for free, which is an all-in-one editor and compositor. And people have just loved it. And we've got about 4 million users now, most of which are on the free software and just getting into learning about visual effects. And that's really what we want to do. We want to help people experiment and find out what it is that they want to do, and give them the tools to be able to make that content. But as you said, HitFilm Express in itself is very powerful. It's a huge percentage of the HitFilm Pro features that are present in HitFilm Express. But Pro does have some specific things to it, like being able to work with 8K footage, the Foundry Camera Tracker now included. Some of these things will be trickling down to Express, but not quite yet. So at the moment, HitFilm Pro is still our high-end professional software.
And that's absolutely appropriate. I mean, that first of all, you have to make money to be in business, and so that's great. But you also have invested in the less experienced people, or the people who are just getting into it. And at the end of the day, we talk about this a lot. If you're writing a novel, it doesn't matter what computer you write it on or what pen you use. And if you're making a video or film of any kind, it really doesn't matter what the software is, as long as you can communicate the message. So as wedded as I am to something like Final Cut, that's what I know. But I also am wedded to some other things that maybe I haven't learned quite as well, but I also haven't invested in. So this is a chance for you to learn one, and that's your gateway into learning a lot of other different things.
Exactly. We've got a truck going past. We have we very much feel the same way, that we know that filmmakers' workflows can cover multiple different types of host software, plugins, and things like that. And the last thing that we would want to do, as you say, is to try and restrict somebody's storytelling to just one piece of software. So we do also have what we call Ignite, which is a set of plugins which can be used in other host software, so that if people enjoy the HitFilm technology, they can take it and they can use it in their preference, the one that they're used to, rather than having to completely adjust how they work.
Linode is where you go when you want a high-quality cloud host for whatever you're doing. Websites, development, hosted services, whatever you're doing. Linode just opened their latest data center in Toronto, Canada. That means that users can comply with in-country data protection requirements while taking advantage of some of the best tools and tech in the business. Not in Canada, Linode will be opening an additional data center in Mumbai by the end of 2019. And they already have 10 other data centers around the globe. How fast is it to get up and running with Linode? This fast. Pick a plan, pick a distro, pick a location. Boom. Linode has tools that make it easy to get your server up and running in minutes, not hours or days. I'll be telling you more about Linode as we go along, but why wait? Visit linode.com/MacVoices. Find out what they can do for you, and then, as a first-time customer, take $20 off your first order. That's linode.com/MacVoices for a $20 credit on your first order. Thanks to Linode, and welcome as a new sponsor of MacVoices. So, Kirstie, since we're just learning about this, what's the upgrade logistics, or what are the logistics of being able to take advantage of this? Is it a plug-in architecture, or is it an upgrade to HitFilm Pro, or how's it work?
So the way that we work as a company is we used to only have one big update a year. Every November, every Thanksgiving, we would go from HitFilm 3 to HitFilm 4. But the more that we talked to people, the more we realized that we didn't like having to hold stuff back from people to kind of wait for this yearly upgrade. And similarly, people didn't want to wait for the technology either. So we developed this new payment plan whereby people can buy the software and then they receive 12 months of updates after the point of that sale for free. For free, essentially. You have initially bought the software, but you get 12 months for free. Once those 12 months expire, you can then get a cheaper upgrade path to buy an additional 12 months. But if you decide after that point, HitFilm Pro does everything I need, I don't really want this next update for any particular reason, and you get to keep your software. We do not turn your software off after those 12 months of updates have expired. So for people who already have HitFilm Pro, this 3D Camera Tracker Foundry update, which also includes some really cool things like layer locking and some additional effects and some additional features, that will just be given to them for free because it falls within their 12 months of updates. For people who have older versions of HitFilm, we're hoping maybe it's the thing that will get them to try out the latest version. But if you have an older version of HitFilm, you will get a reduced upgrade price to that.
That's a really interesting variation on. It's not quite a subscription model. It's a purchasing and upgrade time period. I like that because you're right. Now you have some incentive for folks that if they've been satisfied up to this point, they've owned the software, they've used the software, but if they want the new capabilities, they need to do the upgrade, which is not a full, from what you just said, not a full buy it again kind of purchase. So yeah. I love how creative some of the vendors you included are getting with this, because you need to be paid. No question about that, but you're also trying to respect some of the legacy feelings that I hesitate to say older people, but some of us that have been around for a while have been so used to. So yeah, good job, really interesting.
Thank you very much. We sat down and really thought about it because we knew we had some different options with our pricing going forward. We knew that people don't necessarily love subscription. There are some people who are wedded to it. But some people specifically didn't like subscription, and other people don't like just having this one-off license. And so, yeah, this seems like the best middle ground in which we could offer all of the pros of both the subscription and the owning your own software option.
I like it. So as we record this, the software will be released very shortly. So I plan to release this after it is out. So I assume they go to your website to do the upgrades or find out more about all the details?
Yes, if you are interested in Foundry's 3D Camera Tracker, firstly, I'd advise you to go to the YouTube channel, because we will be putting up a tutorial about exactly how to use it, so that we take you through it step by step and just how powerful it is. And then I'd recommend going to FXhome.com, where you can download the latest version of HitFilm Pro, the demo if you would like, just to try it out. We're really excited to have this coming out so soon, because it will be within the next few weeks. And we'll keep everybody up to date on that. It's part of a larger update as well, so if 3D Camera Tracker wasn't enough, as I said before, we do also have the layer locking aspect of it. And we have a new version of Mocha HitFilm included in HitFilm Pro. And as well as that, a number of different effects, which I do have to say have gone completely out of my head, because we do have some other updates for our separate software going out. And that's totally overriding them for me. But those are probably the most exciting parts of that update. It's rather large, so do go on the website and have a look.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that, because I didn't realize there were additional things coming. So, yeah, by all means, folks, fxhome.com, check it out. But whether you are new to HitFilm or whether you are an old HitFilm user, go and check out all these capabilities and figure out what they can do for you. Kirstie, thanks so much. I really appreciate the time. It's great to see you, and I hope it cools down for you.
Oh my gosh, I think I'm going to lose my mind if it doesn't soon, because it's a very hot office at the moment. But thank you very much. I've really enjoyed speaking with you again, and I really appreciate your channel. So thank you for having us on.
Thank you. We'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.
Folks, this is MacVoices. I'm Chuck Joyner. I appreciate you joining us, and I encourage you, if you have any interest in filmmaking and storytelling, go check out HitFilm at any level, whether it's the free level or the pro level. It's an amazing tool that you really should get to know and find out what you can do with it. Until the next time, and as always, thanks for watching. Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media. Get involved in our Facebook group or like our Facebook page, and get more out of your Apple tech with MacVoices Magazine, free on Flipboard and on the web. And if you find value in it all, consider supporting us through either our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MacVoices, or by making a one-time donation via the PayPal link on our front page and in the show notes of each episode. You will join these fine people who help bring you MacVoices. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CashFly at cashfly.com.